This is our
England. These people are supposed to be enemies in a sense, Labour and Tory and UKIP and you know what I mean? And then you got the monarchy 10 times over in here, and it's like, but they all still work together. They all go to the pub together. They all socialise together. They're all sirs and madams and dames and titles. Just names. You could have a billion letters before you say your name. What's that mean? I mean, it's about what they think of themselves, isn't it? They need all of that just to feel adequate in a world full of talented human beings like yourself who can make things. Because that's the real thing, isn't it? Making stuff, making solutions, making technology, being a human being, being innovative. Yeah. They'll use these words to you, but, are they innovative? Are they creative? Are they talented? Are they loving? Yeah. So, you can say, they're hateful, they're this, they're that, and immediately someone's going to reject that and fight against it. But you say, are you loving? Are you willing to help? Things like that. Now, ask a question like that now. That's the better way to ask the question, isn't it? Right? Because the thing is, human beings all want security. And since we created a system of money and things like that, and being famous and all that adds to the wealth and the value and the equity and all of that, then they're doing something that in the commercial world gives you security. So could you blame a human being for wanting to have money? Because I bet you, if I ask all of you out there, do you want some money? I'll just give you some money. Here's $1 million. Oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want $1 million, Well, of course you do, because you're going to do good things with it. It helps. But the problem is not the fact that money by itself, it's the love of money. And these people have the love of money. They've created the tools that divide vast riches from people. And some of us have also given them these riches willingly. You go and see the film and you pay the director, and he's earned his money. And so now he's classed as an elite. He's classed as intellectuals, a peer. He's classed as a role model, right? Do you want to be like these people? Do you want to be rich? But would you still have their behavior? Hey, I tell you what, the problem is the human race has got one problem: spiritual wickedness in high and low places, i.e. morality. That's why in law, morals and ethics is the highest duty. Yeah, there is no duty that comes above that. Yeah, that's life. That's being alive. That's innocence before proven guilty. That's the things that these people, because even they rely on it. Otherwise, they'd be guilty of stuff, wouldn't they? Just people say all kinds of random stuff. Oh, they must be guilty then. I've written this and they must be guilty. Your innocence and their innocence are also linked. So as much as we want to criticize, I'm going to use the other side now for a bit. As much as we want to criticize them, because some of them, they're just geeky human beings, all of them, human beings with their frailties. Just think of them. If they lived in your house and they weren't rich and all the rest of it, they'd just be normal people, wouldn't they? You'd be talking to them about those other people that, we can't stand the fact that they're ruling over us. Most of us have put ourselves into slavery through the idea of people like this and not having better role models. But if you can read the Bible and find a better role model, and all the rest of it, or read the Quran, religion is, let's not be partial with it. Let's just use examples, good examples, because everybody who's religious, no matter what religion they belong to, they can all talk together and they'll usually agree, and they'll sit in a room, if they've got the time, and have a discussion, and no one's arguing. Because we respect each other as human beings. How you get to the knowledge is up to you. There are, in fact, so many remedies in the law, as you know, those who have really studied it, that what are you worried about? Everything's a remedy. Everything is a remedy. Change your thinking and you'll realise. So same like these people, I could put them down and I can also bring them up. And that's how we deal with education with our children. When they do something wrong, you put them down, and when they do something right, you bring them up. So punishment without reward isn't going to yield anything. We know that. That's how human beings grow. And every one of these, imagine there was 1 year old now. Would you do anything to them? No, you wouldn't. Because you're not like that. The thing is, if you think they're like that and you're worried that you want them to change, then you're going to have to go and talk to them. Aren't you? And they're going to have to talk to us. Everything is about, they want openness. They don't actually know what they want. Because if they want openness, let's see openness then. I'm asking every single one of them, come on my TV program and let's talk live for an hour. I don't like to edit things. I like to just have it as it is. You know, mistakes and all, because you learn sometimes more from the mistake, don't you? And we're allowed to make mistakes, aren't we? Because just because you're a 52-year-old baby, you were still a baby, weren't you? How did you get 52 years worth of knowledge? By starting at the beginning as a baby. Yeah? Your flesh is getting old, but what about your mind? What is the contents of your mind? Have you challenged yourself? You've taken yourself to the level of maturity and responsibility and all the rest of it? And have we? I believe there is a massive awakening going to happen. But, you know, we've got people always at different levels because babies are born all the time and they've got to acquire all of this lifetime of knowledge. Yeah, so we've got to be here to document it, record it, and start helping people to recognize their greatest power of all. You know, the power of love is the power of forgiving, the power of sharing. Great things can happen. You know, if they loved us, and if we loved them, and if we all loved each other, and learned properly manners and respect and all that, and, you know, on a daily basis, because humanity can't be made just by being on the internet. You've got to meet people. Flesh has got to touch flesh. A handshake, a kiss, a hug, an embrace. You know how powerful a physical touch is. A gentle touch. More than some of the violence that everyone's trying to promote. Violence is just fear, and we are not taking part in no violence. Okay, if they want to do violence, let them be violent. They'll be known for being violent, won't they? They'll just be exposing themselves. Don't you get violent because they're making you angry. Yeah, are they better talkers than you? Well, let's see. Let them come in the room with me. Let's sit down and have a nice conversation. We'll have a cup of tea, get some biscuits, you know, and we'll talk. And I'll ask the kind of questions that you know I ask. But so what? And then you can ask me some questions, can't you? Because I know you've got questions for me. Yeah. So the invitation is there. It's open. Why can't the country be open? Yeah, why can't your mind be open? And therefore let their mind be open. Because the solution will always have to come back to peace. Right? You could have 20,000 wars. What do you want to get back to? Peace. Well, war is not peace. Okay, that's foolishness. You don't get peace by being aggressive. You get peace by being calm and helpful and kind and courteous. You can still be yourself. You know, I've got a personality. You can tell, can't you? That's me. Sometimes I'm up, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm quiet, sometimes I'm rude. I'll be whatever I want to be. But don't take that as the gospel. Yeah? You should be looking within yourself and recognizing all these different emotions. You've got them too. And therefore, you don't want people coming up to you, right? When you're peed off and someone just wants to start an argument with you, you know what that's like. And you just want to be like, leave me alone. So then when you see someone in that position, don't you be the agitator. Leave them alone then. Because they are like babies and they're going to have to think about that. And they cannot escape thoughts. They can't escape them. They're full of thoughts, just like you're full of thoughts. Right? Work, it deprives you of good thoughts, doesn't it? And we're putting some good thoughts in their head, maybe for the first time in a long time. And let's keep it up. Put the good thoughts out there, because the bad thoughts you put out there, put the bad thoughts in them. And we're trying to take the bad thoughts out. We just want good thoughts. Good thoughts go and create good ideas. And I know that sounds a bit 1984-ish. It's not that we believe what they're doing is right. It's that we are trying to create the change. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to go along with it like little parrots repeating it until everybody's living in fear. Stop fearing things and recognize there's an easy solution. It's having a proper discussion. Yeah, let's get them all on our TV shows then. Yeah, or let's go on their TV show and bug them until they get us on. And Russell Brand, he likes to talk, so he should be one of the first ones. Because he looks like he could have an interesting conversation with me. He might not fully get everything that I'm saying, but we'll see. I don't put him down. I know he probably gets what I'm saying. It's just that maybe he's not allowed to blame people because he works with them. It'd be very hard to go back the next day and work with them if you've just slated them all. Think about it. If where you work, you probably got mates that you work with and you think, oh, he's lazy. And if you went on TV and talked about it and then went to work with him the next day, how would that work? So come on. It's because maybe they've got an inkling of care. And it might seem bizarre to you what it's really all about. But, they've got to face them. They don't have to face you. But if they have to face you, they'd be like that with you, wouldn't they? So the truth is that human beings have created lots of rules and regulations and imaginary tools, and full openness and full honesty is not quite there yet. It's like saying, well, there's racist people, and then accepting that they have the freedom of speech to say racist things, and you're gonna have to go, you know what, he's an idiot. I don't like what he's saying. He's trying to inflame anger and violence and all the rest of it. I saw a great video the other day, and all the guy did, he just filmed the woman, and she was kicking off and cursing and this and that, calling him the N-word. Okay? And go watch that video if you can find it. She just looks stupid, and he just looks like one of us. We're just looking at that like he's looking at that. You don't even have to do anything sometimes. They do it to themselves. So, be a good person and be a greater inspiration. If this is our England, right, I want to see my face and your face and everybody's face randomly put in by the sun. We should be able to post our face and say, here you go, son, here's my picture, but you forgot my face. Let's do a week or a month, a year of it. Does it stop being our England a year from now? 10 years from now? So every day I want to see everybody's face in there till everybody who's been born has had a chance to get, some equal representation, some free and fair, impartial press. Yeah? That's, they want us involved in their thing. Well, you're going to have to get us involved then, innit? Get us involved. You pay for interviews with these people. You can pay for our interview. We've got some great stories for you. Human interest, all the stuff. And we can tie it all back together, You'd be like Sherlock Holmes, mate. You'd be like... You'd be amazing. People would be thinking like, wow, let's have some real truth, eh? I tell you what, the internet's great. It's given people some thick skin over the years, because now we're getting to the roots of how people really feel. So we can start to now discuss what was the real problem affecting people in the first place, instead of, using the fragrant and polite language of modern society, which is designed, we don't want to inflame, we don't want to use politically incorrect words, but sometimes anything could inflame. If I said that's a crap drawing, oh, your music's rubbish, now I've hurt someone's feelings, haven't I? So, but you can still not like something and still present some information. I do believe artists, musicians, everybody, they want to know, is their stuff genuinely good, or do you think it's really rubbish? But you can say it in a different way, couldn't you? And we could be saying things to them in a different way, and you get a different response. But the information underlying it is still the same. It gives them an opportunity to correct things, because if you made a mistake today in something you was doing, and then someone told you a better way, then tomorrow you can do it better. And that's what it's about. Tomorrow is hope, tomorrow is future. So future is the most important thing, and we save future by saving now. And the most important thing we have to deal with, the most important resource, is humanity itself. Morals and ethics is in very, very short supply. That's the thing that's in short supply, morals and ethics. Not stuff. There's loads of stuff. There'll always be stuff. Do you think we could have had thousands and thousands and thousands of generations of human beings without stuff? Of course. Listen, love. It's love. So that's what we need to teach, and that's how they need to behave as well. And if they don't know it, they're going to learn. Simple as. All right, peace and blessings, everyone. I'm tired. Yeah, and they're tired too. So let's just have peace. You know, go to the Machine City and announce peace, and let's see what they say. Peace and love, Bridge. One.